right, so day 4, morning of, after the nice storm clouds that were in last night. It didn't rain a ton, but it was kind of a really pretty sunset with the clouds being lit up. But now we woke up to a nice blue sky, so that's pretty good. And we can see the clouds off into the distance over towards the Ruby Mountains. And that's one of the real tall peaks, 10,000 plus feet up into the clouds. And so our plan today is altered a little bit. We were supposed to go all the way to Salt Lake City, Utah area today, but we looked at the weather report and they're supposed to be having thunderstorms, lightning storms there. So we're probably going to avoid that area so that we don't run any risk of anything. But in the meantime, let's take a look at what's having for breakfast. Hun, what are you making?
We're having country gravy with sausage and biscuits as well.
Oh wow, those biscuits look good. So does the gravy. My favorite. All right.
Should be good.
First time doing it with a jet boil, huh?
Yes.
Works out pretty good. Looks like the biscuits are gonna be just fine.
I am really happy with my jet boil. Like, I'm so glad to have it because we can have nice meals in it and nothing's burning. You can really control the temperature for where you want it to be at. And testing out this, I mean, they're not exactly like when you would bake them in the oven, but they're puffing up and just kind of turn them over, frying them on both sides, and I think they'll be good. Nice.
One advantage over our older stove is you can adjust the temperature.
Yes.
It's not on or off.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's go find out what Michaela and Asta are having for breakfast and see how their night was. Ours was pretty good. I forgot to ask Andrea how she slept, but after our showers last night, we slept pretty good, I think. It wasn't too cold. Okay, so what did you make for breakfast, Asta?
It's called frittata.
Whoa, that's fancy. Man, that looks good. Looks like a slice of pizza.
It does.
Oh, yummy. All right, well, good job. Okay, well, let's go see what Mom and Dad had for breakfast.
So I figured out that because we've been traveling, the propane probably got shook up in it. Like moving around like that. And then now it's settled, it's working fine.
Oh.
So it could be that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, guess if you learn something, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, what's for breakfast?
Good morning. We're having hash browns, some bacon, keeping it warm here, and some scrambled eggs.
Oh,
and
nice.
of course, first thing off, we have to have coffee. But I haven't made it through my first cup before Greg's decided he wants to eat now. So.
How'd you sleep?
Oh, so much better last night. There wasn't a bunch of wind. I used some earplugs to try them this time because it's like every noise and stuff, it keeps me awake. But yeah, I slept so much better last night.
Did you shower last night too?
No, I didn't shower last night. I did it this morning. I didn't want to go to bed with wet hair.
That's what Andrea said too.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but it worked out. But it was nice. We both ended up showering this morning.
Yeah, I thought about doing it this morning too, but I was like, it's probably gonna be a rush into there to the shower.
Well, I was kind of concerned about that too, but the majority of the people here, they have, big fancy campers, so they might have showers in their own thing. But anyway, it worked out really nice. There was nobody. I had a choice of, how long I wanted to be in there and everything. So
Nice.
yeah, this is a decent place, I mean, as far as being able to have a break and get a shower in, because the shower seems to be pretty clean.
We need to find a laundromat here.
Yeah.
Because our bucket of laundry is hard to get the lid on now.
Oh, well, you got more people that are dealing with clothes, yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah.
enjoy breakfast. I'm going to go eat mine.
Okay, go eat yours.
All right, so we just took a little side trip up La Mole Canyon, and elevation up here is about 9,000 feet, at least at the parking lot we're at. And as you can see behind me, it still goes up a little bit higher, but it is just a massive little bowl I'm kind of in. And we came up down the hill, and so it's just this really pretty canyon that's got all kinds of features to it. Still in Nevada. We've seen a lot more beauty here than we anticipated, because we had kind of just thought we were just going to be driving through, but too many good things to stop and take a look at. So this is pretty nice. I guess one of the peaks near here, I don't know if it's one of these back ones here or one of the previous ones we passed, but it's the 10,000 foot one. I think it's almost 11. It's like 10.7 or 10.8. So yeah, this is really pretty. Really good driving footage. A lot of waterfalls that we saw along the side. Of course, this time of year, I guess, is where the snow is running off. So I don't know how many waterfalls are running year round, but there's a really good steady creek that runs down the entirety of this whole canyon that we kind of followed up, and makes me wish Asta and I had packed our fishing poles, because it looked like there'd be some really good stuff. What do you think?
Some guys fishing in a beaver dam.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Looked like a good spot. There's so many different spots. When we were pulled over looking at that last waterfall, we could see ducks splashing around in the water.
Trail. We went half, kind of part of the way.
Oh yeah, Hanging Gardens or something?
Yeah, hanging something.
No, I want to hike that one. It's just 30 to 40 minutes.
Oh, is it?
That's all it takes. So I think we should do it.
How far did you go down it?
Just half.
Just down to the
not
creek?
even half.
No,
No,
leave
just
the
like
creek.
10 minutes on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
Well, we were told by the ranger down in the park we stayed last night that there's tons of hiking up in here that's really pretty, which, of course, by looking around seems realistic.
Yeah. And there's lots of spots to camp.
Yeah, there was a lot more camping. You still got sand in your pocket from the sand dunes. When you rolled down. All right, well, we're going to decide what we're doing, what things we have time for to see, and then maybe grab some lunch. All right, we decided to do a little hike off this La Mole Canyon. The hike is called the Hanging Valley, and it's just kind of a little loop and something short for the kids. We can get out of the vehicle, but it was perfect because we go right by some streams of water and a waterfall. So take a look. Starts off, that is back up La Mole Canyon, but then we get these massive peaks way at the top there. And as we come over, here is the waterfall. I'll try to get a little bit better of a shot. And then there's a creek right down here on the bottom. But I mean, that is just spectacular. It just keeps going. And on the opposite side, we've got these really tall rock jagged edges all over the place. I didn't see too many trails on this side of the valley, but it's definitely worth looking at. I'm sure you'd get a spectacular view had you climbed up the other side and looked across, but yeah, this is really cool country. Still in Nevada. So we're getting a lot of bonus content here. We're getting a lot of extras on our trip down. And so, I just was told there's a beaver dam down here, so I'm gonna go check that out. Oh, and the water is coming out of the ground. Well, that's pretty neat. So, get a little shot of this. So here's the creek, one of the creeks, and it disappears into the ground over there. So that's pretty neat. At some point further up, it must dive under and then come back out here. So that's pretty spectacular. The water is so clear here. I mean, we're so high up that you're getting practically direct glacier. Oh, and what's happening down there?
Water's bubbling.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. Oh,
It's just like that, the water coming out of it.
so it must seep in further up, and then just start coming out. Man, that is really cool.
Landslide and the water just coming down here.
So this right here is a series. There's one here, there's one further over, and there's another one over there. They're beaver dams. So the beaver, I guess, is up here. And of course they're doing what beavers do.
Well, the instruction, the paperwork says that the beavers build their dam over here on this offshoot because instead of on the main creek, because when the runoff comes down from the spring, it washes them out. So they build it over here where it's a less flow, and then they can build up on it and it doesn't wash it out.
That's instinctively wise of them. So over here on the beaver dam, so one of their first attempts, or I don't know exactly what beavers think, but they must have been like, well, I'm going to slow it down there and then I'm going to build a bigger dam further over. So I'm going to try to reposition myself. Oh, successfully. Yay. I didn't fall in. I do see a lot of prints on the ground, so I might be getting some deer and whatnots down here. So there's a... Wow, okay, this dam is quite impressive. I gotta maneuver myself into a better spot. Hold on, let me get into the right position. Woo! Okay, what's your fun fact?
Did you know that beaver dams, some of them can be seen from space? That's how big they can be.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Thank you. Well, this is a pretty big one. If I show the woodwork here, it definitely has dammed up the water. So it goes over here and then it must kind of seep down and goes around a little bit in two different spots. But this is a big, big beaver dam. They have really done their job. Blocked this off. I get another shot, there it is, of the waterfall. Kind of the lowest section of it. It just cascades up higher and higher. And as you can see, makes sense that they built it on the side because that water's moving pretty good, and when it's the initial runoff, that'd be probably way too much for this dam here. But man, woo! So this is the beaver dam. It's like 5 feet high from where we're at. It's pretty impressive. And then they have another one to kind of pool in between. There we go, there's a little bit better of a shot. Waterfall again. Series of other dams that they've worked on and abandoned, or I don't know. It's pretty awesome.
So Daddy's right there. He can
they were giving us some information about this mountain here. It's called Thomas Peak. The elevation is 11,316 feet.
Whoa.
And it says mountain goats, Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep, and mule deer live on those high slopes. The largest predator is the mountain lion, which preys on mule deer.
Ooh.
But no bears live here.
Huh.
Isn't that interesting?
No bears live here, but mountain lions.
Yeah.
Well,
It
you'll-
says the Himalayan snowcock is a bird imported from the Himalayan mountains of Afghanistan. It is a member of the pheasant valley that thrives here in the Ruby Mountains, but only 10,000 feet elevation.
Huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
cool
That's
that
cool.
they supply you with this information.
Yeah. And just to clarify, that's this mountain here we're talking about. So they're in this one that keeps going up higher.
Come on.
So, cougars, mountain lions,
Right there, there's sticks right there.
just want to be
Get one. Get the stick.
observant, although you may not see them coming.
No.